What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Red Goblin issue number 8. Now, before we dive into this one, I do want to bring up something that happened in Venom. In the most recent issue of Venom, he had gone against Doom. Their battle inevitably led them to Kang the Conqueror. Eddie Brock was searching for a time machine. His consciousness may be able to traverse time, but he needed a time machine to move his body through time. And so he got a time machine from Kang the Conqueror, but it came at a price. That price was a piece of Bedlam symbiote. And it is no coincidence that Kang the Conqueror referred to it as a little rascal. So somehow, some way, Kang the Conqueror is responsible for placing this little symbiote we now know as Rascal in the sights of Dylan Brock. And then Dylan gives it to Normie. We don't know what role Rascal's gonna play, but it looks like it's gonna be a significant one. The symbiote war is just on the horizon. It's a battle that we got a small glimpse of, taking place, of course, in New York City. But before we can get there, we have to continue on with Red Goblin. Normie has been struggling so very hard. By the looks of things, it doesn't look like Rascal and Normie are gonna stick together much longer. The two of them just can't bond correctly, mostly because Normie sees himself as a monster, and he doesn't want to turn Rascal into what he is. As he battles with this dilemma, there is so much more going on. Recently, Miles Morales finding him, trying to help him out. And then there's the Goblin Nation. As we watch all of these events unfolding, our issue number 8 picks us up with Red Goblin and Miles Morales going after the Goblin King. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so we are picking up somewhere beneath New York City. Spider-Man and Normie, they are making their way through the sewers. With them making their way through the sewers, they are looking for his friend Tim. Now, Normie knows that he's not here, but Normie is also looking for any excuse to let loose. You see, Normie loves it. He loves the power. He loves the destruction. He is slowly but surely becoming addicted to how monstrous he can be. But while they make their way through the sewers, this is when they run into Crossbones. Spider-Man telling Normie to stay here, while Rascal would love to just rip him open. Spider-Man says that you can't. Not here and not now. With the fight ensuing between Crossbones and Spider-Man, it doesn't take long, but Miles is able to put him down, being able to knock him unconscious. And now they just have to simply wait for him to wake up to find out where little Timmy might be. This is when Normie says that he just remembered there's a Goblin Nation safe house somewhere, that is where they must have took him. Normie knows that he's lying. This is not the truth. And even Spider-Man's like, you're just remembering this now. Like, really? Are you kidding me? But Normie blames it on Rascal, saying that the symbiote up in his brain is causing him to not remember things properly. And so Miles heads out and he goes to try and find this safe house. That's what picks us up at the Goblin Nation. We have the Goblin King and the Goblin Knight. Now, the Goblin Knight is here to let him know that I know what you did. You tried to have me killed. At first, he tries to deny it all, but she is well aware at this point that he is the one responsible. You see, the Goblin King saw that she was becoming influential, that the people were looking to her, and he couldn't stand for this. So they sent the Goblin Knight down there to be torn apart by the Red Monster. And when that went sideways, he sent Crossbones. She has also come to the understanding that the kid is the one that is the Red Monster. Except in this case, they grabbed the wrong kid. They thought it was little Timmy, but little Timmy is just the best friend to Normie. And little Timmy is here. The Goblin King beginning to freak out because he has been brought here to their headquarters, which means Red Goblin is coming. He is coming for the Goblin King. As we pick up with Spider-Man, making his way through Astoria. Normie had sent him in this direction, and it doesn't take long for Spider-Man to figure out that he was tricked, that Normie had sent him on a wild goose chase, because Normie has been looking for an opportunity to let Red Goblin out. He has been looking for the opportunity to just let loose. He knew that he couldn't do this with Spider-Man around, so he got rid of Spider-Man. He sent him in the opposite direction, while Normie, he heads off to the headquarters. And with Normie getting inside, they see that this is the Osborn boy. Only now does the Goblin King fully understand. You see, Normie is tired of pretending to be something that he's not. He tells Timmy that we gotta get out of here, but the Goblin King and his forces are not gonna let them just walk out. That's when Rascal pops up and tells them to move out of his way. But the Goblin King notices that there is something off. That little Normie, he's struggling. That maybe the burden he carries is too much. He tells Normie to give me it. To give me your symbiote. Let me shoulder the burden. And while Normie, he says that'll never happen, this is when Rascal tries to leave Normie. He grabs hold of the Goblin King. You see, Rascal just wants Normie to be happy. He doesn't want him to be sad anymore. And it seems like the more that they are together, the sadder he becomes. But Normie pleads with him, telling Rascal that you can't go with this man, that you're still gonna hurt people. You just won't care about it. You won't have a conscience. But the Goblin King saying that your monster, he simply wants to be a monster. Normie tells him that you don't get it. If Rascal is a monster, it is because I made him one. And so that means he belongs with me, telling Rascal to come back and we will put a hurt on anybody that hurts us. Rascal returning back to Normie. They are ready to do bad things together, but at least they are gonna do them to bad people. This is when Normie starts to lay down the hate on the Goblin Nation. This is when Normie stops pretending. In the end, it is nothing. All of this comes so naturally to him, and he knew it would, thinking that this should scare him, but it doesn't. He likes it. With the Goblin Nation's men being taken out, the Goblin King, the only one left standing, he is now pleading for his life. And he begs and begs and begs Normie not to do it. But they are here to stop everyone who would hurt Normie. This is what picks us up with Osborn, suiting up in his gold goblin. His grandson is missing and he is determined to go find him. This is when little Timmy shows up at the door. He is here to let him know that he is a friend of his grandson's. And right now, Normie is in trouble and he needs his grandfather's help. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a fun issue. What we are seeing is that Normie is finally embracing what he believes himself to be. He sees himself as a monster, and at times he believes that this is hereditary, that his father, his grandfather, they were also monsters, that they are people that hurt other people. This is a moral dilemma that Normie has been battling with since before Rascal. The thing about this is he feels shame. He feels shame in the person that he is becoming. He feels shame in making Rascal into the monster that he is. You see, Rascal was nothing more than an infant symbiote, if you will, with no memory, no understanding of what it is or where it came from. All it knows is Normie. All it knows is his emotions. All it knows about is his ethical dilemmas. And Normie wanted to be good so badly that Rascal was believing that he was the problem. That if Rascal wasn't there, Normie could be happy. The truth is that was never gonna happen. With or without Rascal, Normie is gonna go down this path. Who he is on the other side, that is still very much up for debate. But the path that Normie is currently taking, it is a dark path. It is a dangerous path. If he's not careful, he will very likely become the monster that he is seen in the mirror every single day. And I gotta say, man, this kid is messed up. Being so young, but so conflicted on the inside. You really do pity him. You feel so bad and sorry for him. The ugly truth is that he was born into all of this. And so now we are left wondering, will there be redemption for him? Will Normie be able to get away from this path that he is on? And will his grandfather try to take the symbiote from him yet again? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Red Goblin, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with Normie and Rascal. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.